Lily. This is Little Squirrel Spawn.
What a great gift.
Oh, they're all over the place.
Oh yeah, they're going for it.
They aren't going for all those aphids though. Oh, look at them go. You're only aphids if you eat them. Oh my, ate the aphids. Mommy, once Caddy had some aphids in her jar and she's gonna crawl all over me.
Oh my gosh, what the heck?
Look.
So many ladybugs!
Look, Lily, look.
How many ladybugs are
Look,
there?
Lily, there's one on me. There's one on me. There's one on me. Wait, where'd she go? Oh no. Hey, what's your name? Lady, oh no, Lady just dropped. She has spots. Hey, oh no. Now let's take a picture. Cheese.
Hey, long time no see. There have been a lot of changes that I'd love to share with you. But first of all, just, how are you doing? It's nice to see you. It feels like it's been forever since I've done like a decent garden tour. And I feel like I started a few and then just never finished them. And that's, I feel like that's how everything goes the first 2 months of school, especially when you're homeschooling. I want to introduce you to someone. This is Maxine. Maxine's my new baby. Aren't you, Maxine? Yes. Yes, you eat that sweet potato cutting. Get it. I bet it's delicious. So, regrettably, we had to rehome the bunnies because Andrew, it turns out, is really allergic to them, and he wasn't sleeping for like a good month before we finally figured it out. So that was really sad. I was like, well, maybe it is time to revisit the idea of getting a dog. So we got this dog. While she does, she's totally for the kids or whatever, but she's really my dog. I wanted to make sure that I got a dog who would be good for me. So I wanted a larger breed, something that could potentially look scary when full grown. And I ended up with Maxine, and she's a Doberman. So we're working on training with her right now. That means that there are some garden casualties and things that I need to watch out for, and that's okay. I feel like I'm up to the challenge. I feel like this is the perfect time in my life for me to be training a dog. So, but without further ado, let's get into the garden. So we're entering now, sort of. This is more like a false alarm, but we're entering into the cooler season. I haven't planted for the cool season yet because I know that if I do, we're gonna have a heat wave and it's gonna be a whole thing. I don't want to deal with that, so I'm waiting until November at the earliest to start planting my cool season crops because I've got plenty of time. This is San Diego. I am a little jealous of all the people who have like full heads of cabbage and cauliflower right now, but at the same time, they're gonna have snow in like a month. So I don't know, I really shouldn't be jealous. But we still have one pumpkin patch that I haven't ripped it up yet, because I feel like it's not quite ready. I'm debating, I might rip it up today just to be done with it, because I harvested a lot of pumpkins from the patch that was over there. Right now that area has now turned into, like for now it's the designated dog poop area. So I'm trying to figure out how to mitigate that and foodscape at the same time. I may end up building having Andrew build one more bed against the fence on that side, so I can keep some of the things that I wanted to plant in there safe. The Asiatic dayflowers that I planted are doing so well. Look at that, they exploded. And we've actually used them in a few recipes. They're really tasty. They can be subbed for like green beans in certain things, like stews and stir fries, and they're delicious. They're probably my favorite surprise thing that I planted this year. And once I pull up the pumpkin, I'm pretty sure that there's a few more underneath there that I'll be getting. So it'll be nice to be able to prune my roses again. Look at that, they're still going strong, but they need some love. So the surprise tomato, which as you can see is looking a bit peaked right now, I made the mistake of moving the pot without realizing that the roots had gone through the bottom. So the fact that it's still alive at all is pretty awesome. Check it. It's got new growth down here. So what I might do today is just prune off somewhere on the big stem, maybe towards the top, and then just discard these top 2 pieces to let it sort of rebuild itself. That might be the plan there. I'm debating on whether or not to yank the watermelon out. I don't think I'm actually going to get usable fruit from it this year. It just didn't work out. And I don't think there's time for any of the wee watermelons to develop before it gets too cold. I don't know. We'll see. But I've been pruning tomatoes a lot. They were, you know, a jungle, and I probably should have been pruning them more consistently. So now I'm going through and I'm pruning because I really want to overwinter them. I want to crop next year as well. I might get a small one over the winter time. You know, they won't be quite as tasty, but that's okay. I did get a lot of really excellent Berkeley tie-dye tomatoes. They were my favorite. They were so delicious. I'm very pleased with them. Sorry, got a frog in my throat this morning. I swear to God, it's not the Rona. So, what else have we got? Borage is still going strong. Malabar is still going strong. I'm probably just going to leave the Malabar there, although I might end up clearing because I've developed a bit of a mouse problem. And I think I can see they're either gophers or mice. I know I've seen both. That are, if you look here, you can see where the ground's been disturbed there, and they're like making little mounds. So what I'm gonna end up having to do is trimming up the Malabar that's growing out of the ground right here and raking the soil down. And if I find an active hole, then I'm gonna have Andrew smoke it out with the stuff, and hopefully that'll take care of the problem. Let's see, what else? Oh, the mint. The mint that was just right here is now all over the place, which is fantastic. Very excited about that. Keep it coming. The plantain that I was letting go has gone quite well. It's definitely going to be making little baby plantains all over the place. So very pleased about that. The dragon fruit, while it has not produced any blooms, is still alive and quite green, which is exciting. It's doing this sort of like melding to the fence thing, which is kind of cool. I finally have a pepper doing okay. Some of them are still not doing great, and that's all right. I'm gonna try and overwinter them as well, and see if I can just keep them alive until next year when it starts getting time for them to produce again. I'm having a lot of luck with this tomato, and this tomato wasn't even like an on-purpose tomato. This was a cutting that I just sort of stuck in a basket. And it grew a lot. I need to prune it again for like the 6th time in the last month. And I finally did get one blue butterfly pea to start really taking off. And it took off during the wildfires when we couldn't even go outside because the air pollution was so bad. So I'm over here going like, what exactly is it that you needed? Was it the toxic air? Do I just need to do I need to light stuff on fire and then smoke ya? I feel a little bitter about how long that took. But at least it happened. I'm happy that it happened. So we also have this, and it doesn't look great right now, but I think I'm still going to be able to keep it alive as long as I need to cut off the dead. I had to transplant the blueberry cherry tomatoes because they were not doing well in that back bed at all. They were doing extremely poorly. I think they weren't getting enough sun because of this big old tree. So I pulled them, and I don't know if you know this, but tomatoes do not like being transplanted. It's kind of a, you know, you're taking its life into your hands. So I did. One of them out of the 3 made it, but you know what? If it takes off like this one did, then one will be enough. One will be plenty. So you know, we'll see how that goes. I haven't exactly decided. Oh, sorry, there was a bee. One stung, like landed on my back and stung me this morning, so I'm feeling a little bitter. Ow! Because, you know, I give them a lot of food. Like, why would they bite me? It's rude. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I haven't decided exactly what I'm going to plant in this bed yet. I'm thinking I might just throw some kale at it or other greens until I commit to something maybe more permanent. I don't know. There's a lot of bee activity today, and I thought that they like were quieter when it's cloudy. I feel it's weird. I don't know. I'm a little worried about them. Let's see, what else? Oh, this is the Dr. Weish bed. I do have some tomatoes going. I do need to prune them again as well because they're getting a bit saggy. Swiss chard that I planted, I feel like ages ago, is doing quite well. I feel like it was stunted, and I don't know why exactly it was stunted, but that's okay. It's coming back. These transplanted peppers from my neighbor, that was a surprise. She just came and was like, here's some peppers. And I was really worried they wouldn't make it, but they did. They made it, and they're producing, and that's exciting. So, you know, that's really cool. Transplanted the culinary sage that my mom planted last year. Hopefully, now that it's in the ground, it'll get even bigger for me. Because now that the bunnies aren't here anymore, I've got to do something with this space, and I'm thinking, because of the proximity to the dog poop, that I'm probably going to just do like as many aromatic herbs as possible. So some sage, some lavender, we'll see how it goes. I have not planted this bed yet. It's become the impromptu compost bed, which is fine. That just means that whatever we do plant there will be doing really well. Hi guy. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a massive hummingbird that just flew right by my head. Everything's so active today. I've seen a lot of crows, a lot of bees. I'm like, someone trying to tell me something? Check out this massive guardian here. See if I can get a good shot of him for you. There we go, yeah. See how big that guy is. He's huge. This is my purple Cherokee tomato, yes, bed. And I'm gonna be taking the ones that are starting to ripen off now. I know that it's better if you let them ripen on the vine, but I'm having a big problem with mice, potentially roof rats right now. So if I leave them on the vine until they get ripe, they're gonna get eaten before I get to eat them, and then I'm gonna be very upset. So I really don't want to do that. Are you gnawing on calendula? What are you doing? She's gnawing on calendula. I mean, as long as it tastes good, you know. Live your best life, sweetie. Alright, so I feel like that's pretty much it for now. I might do the front later, but not a whole lot has changed in the front except that I did pull the pumpkins that were growing out front because they were done. They did pretty well. We got 2 Big Macs pumpkins, one for me and one for my neighbor, and that's better than what I was even hoping for. So I'm very pleased with it. Hi. I'm looking at the kingbird, the one that is the one that nests up in the corner here. She's on the fence looking at me like, why are you on my porch? I don't understand. It's my porch. I'm not going to tell her different, it's fine. Because for a while I was tempted to knock the nest down because of all of the poop, but I think that the fig tree there controls the poop also. Sometimes when I look outside I see her like snatching cabbage moths out of the air and eating them, so she can stay. Pretty pleased with her performance thus far. But yeah, I'm excited about the fact that like I just keep getting more and more into foodscaping, and other people are getting really excited about it. Other people are like, I'm constantly giving away cuttings and plants, and it's really cool. Oh, I found out that something that the housing landscapers use as fencing is actually a South African plum that's edible. So now, even though we're not going to be going to any like pumpkin patches and fruit farms this year because of COVID stuff, like I can just take the girls for a walk and we can make plums, and that's just so cool. And it's amazing the number of things that, you know, you assume that you can't eat what's around you, and then you look up and find that, to your surprise, you totally can. So, you know, should you be taking a walk with your 8-year-old and she goes, "Can you eat that?" And you go, "No." And she goes, "Are you sure?" And then you look it up. I mean, look it up. Find out, because today I'm going to make a plum pie. And I didn't know I was going to be doing that 2 days ago. So, thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to go prune and drink some coffee and glare at the bees. I'm not going to do anything to the bees because I need the bees, but I'm just, man, that was rude. So rude. Have a good day, guys.